You are listening to yet another one of the fine members of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Find more of the member shows over at techpodcasts.com.
Sit down, buckle up, and prepare yourselves for a journey into the future.
TechLuster.
Talking all things tech.
TechLuster.
Electronic and sonic.
TechLuster.
Well, listen, Buster.
It's a muster. TechLuster. Check us out on iTunes and Twitter at TechLuster. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 30 of TechLuster. I've got Brad with me today and myself. How you going, Brad?
Hey, what's up, Paul?
Oh, not too bad. So what's happening in the world of iOS?
There's a lot happening, mate. The white iPhone 4 came out not long ago, which was quite good.
Yep, the only difference is that it's white.
Yep, it's white, that's it. You could actually paint the black one, and then if you want a white one.
Yeah.
Or you could just buy the backing for it, the white backing for it.
See, there's contradiction in that I reckon they have slightly better signal, and I reckon they're slightly thicker than the original black iPhone 4.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But they're talking like 1/10 of a millimeter. Like, it's not exactly noticeable, and they reckon cases are going to be an issue, and I've seen people put cases on them fine, so I don't really know what they're on about the whole measurement issue, but yeah.
Don't know, mate.
It's the white iPhone. Yay.
Yeah.
So 4.3.3 has just come out for that. For that GPS thing.
Yep.
That's really not a big deal. I don't really think, like, there are bigger issues out there that Apple could have had. Like, for instance, they could have lost, all details for iTunes could have been hacked.
Yeah, exactly.
And sent out to multiple places. From one example, Sony.
Yep.
But location thing is just, I don't really think anyone cared until they actually mentioned it.
Yeah, true. Although I'm not really that worried about it, because I don't really share my location with anyone.
Well, yeah, it's not
swear or nothing like that.
It's really only until you use the location services that actually, happens.
Yep, exactly.
So, not many people I know actually know about location services and have it turned on anyway.
Yeah.
But, anyway, that's the real weird thing about it anyway.
Yep. So, what else has been happening?
Well, as far as I know, apps-wise, there hasn't been that many apps that out there that have really caught my eye on iOS, besides probably a few games out there, but they really are a whole iPad 2 thing more so than anything else on the iPhone.
Yep.
Like Real Racing 2, that's still one of the number one games out there on the iPad and iPhone 4, surprisingly. And what was the other one? The Atari Greatest Hits. Apparently that has got a few reviews lately on YouTube and apparently on the web as one of the best collections you could probably get in a long time. The only problem they have is the fact that they would like the original controller because Atari games should be played on the original joysticks rather than a touchscreen. But have you seen any new apps or anything in the news for iOS in general?
No, not really, mate. Nothing's really caught my eye.
Oh, okay.
Many that I've been checking a few apps, but nothing really worth to talk about, really.
I remember you tweeting a few things about Show You app being down for some reason.
Yeah, Show You was down. I think they were doing some maintenance, something called, or whatever. It was down for a bit, and that came back, which is good. And that also got an update in the App Store not long ago, which is good. And you can actually sign in with your YouTube account.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can. Yep.
on Show You.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just Twitter and
No,
Facebook now.
if you go on the App Store, if you go on the update App Store on the iPad,
Yeah.
you probably see an update there, mate.
Right, okay. Oh, yeah, I got the latest update, but I didn't know what the update was actually doing, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was involving. But yeah, I had no idea it was a... you'd be able to put in your YouTube account.
Yeah, you can put YouTube info in and stuff, and you should be good to go.
Alright, I'll have to give that a try. Yeah, I'll have to give that a try. I never... didn't know you could do that, so that's pretty good. So, hey, how do you think the Bing app's going? Do you pretty much like that one?
I love Bing. That app, I use that application probably most of on the iPad now. It's pretty good.
Is it your main search engine as well? Or?
Yes, indeed. It is indeed. I love that application. Just the interface looks good and it's just really nice to use.
I do like Maps though. It's surprisingly quicker than Google Maps in terms of pinning your location, which I found. I don't know if you've noticed that with Maps on Bing.
Yeah, no, their Maps is pretty good. Is pretty fast, and I think just the whole application is great. Which I need to get back on my iPad. So what else has been happening, Paul? Any other Apple news, mate? You want to report on?
Well, the new iMacs have come out.
Yep,
They're
iMac.
actually incredibly interesting because they actually come with the new Sandy Bridge chipsets.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's what I've got on my computer.
So yeah, they come with the new generation of i5s and i7 processors.
Yep.
So that's quite interesting. And the other thing is now iMacs actually have, well, this iMac generation has 2 Thunderbolts ports. So Thunderbolt being both display plus data.
Okay.
In the one port. So if you ever had a Thunderbolt hard drive, which there isn't at the moment, but apparently this year there's going to be a Thunderbolt hard drive come out. It's an external hard drive. You just plug in, you'd get I think 10 gigabits a second or something straight through to your hard drive from your computer. So it's sort of Apple's it's at the moment I haven't seen them on PCs yet for some real weird reason. Maybe they're going to be coming out on video cards because they're really a display and a data thing. So you can So you can have one Thunderbolt port for your display and another Thunderbolt port for data, or vice versa.
I have to say USB 3, just off topic, but USB 3 is really fast. The new USB 3.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the next generation of USB 3. If
Yeah.
you've got the devices obviously that support it, it's
Yeah.
obviously going to be fast.
It is very.
Without a shadow of a doubt. But with regards to Thunderbolt, I'm surprised that PCs haven't picked them up yet, because it's an Intel invention. It's not a Apple thing. It's an Intel thing. It's just really weird how it's only on Macs at the moment.
Yeah. So will you be getting the new iMacs, one of the new iMacs when they're out now, aren't they? Or?
Well, me no, because I've got a Mac Pro, so I really wouldn't need an iMac, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I would like to see the new Mac Pros have a new release video card that has Thunderbolt on it, which I think that's the way they're going to go in terms of video cards. So the next couple of video cards that come out for possibly PC and Macintosh, they'll probably be Thunderbolt ports instead of the display ports that they have now on video cards. So that's going to be pretty useful, I reckon, for the next generation of video cards, because they're going to support your video as well as your data transfer, which I think would be a good idea.
Stuff.
But yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that. Obviously, they might just put them on the motherboard at some point in time or release Thunderbolt. So it doesn't make sense to me why they would have it separated when it essentially performs 2 functions anyway.
Okay.
So Thunderbolt should be on a video card. I would say, more so than having an individual card that just does data.
Yeah, true.
Because it's supposed to support both functionality.
What about on the what about on the motherboard? Can you get that on the motherboard? The thunderbolt on the ports on the.
Well, see, I haven't seen any motherboards come out with Thunderbolt yet for the PC side of things, and it doesn't. It just points to direction why they might actually be pushing it towards video card manufacturers. So you might have Nvidia and you might have AMD pushing out their video cards with Thunderbolt in the next few months or so.
Okay.
It's a really good chance that's the way they're going to go, more so than having them put on motherboards and any type of computers. See, I don't even know how Apple are doing it. I don't know if it's only supposed to be on a Sandy Bridge type configuration or it can be on any configuration. So it is incredibly interesting how they're actually sorting this out because it's an Intel thing. So I don't know how Nvidia or AMD are going to get on board with Thunderbolt. I think it's mainly a chipset thing, which I think it is. But yeah, you never know. I'm not 100% sure on how Thunderbolt actually works, but
yeah, same. All right, mate. Or anything else you want to add before we go, mate? We'll try to keep this sort of short.
Okay. Yeah, real quick. iOS 5.0. Rumors pretty much coming out is that you're going to pretty much get gestures, multi-gestures on your iPad, and there's no real rumors of actually happening on the iPhone.
What about different sort of widgets or anything like that? Any sort of different interface or anything like that? Or
as far as I know, it's going to be pretty much the same. I don't really think there's going to be anything new in the way of how iOS runs, unless I could be wrong. I haven't seen anything on the rumor sites of anything like that happening. They still reckon that the next generation of iPhone will come out July, June, possibly.
Yep.
But it's going to be like it's like how the 3GS was to 3G.
Yeah.
It's going to be like an upgrade, but it's not going to be a different upgrade. So all your cases and everything will fit with the new generation iPhone.
Are you going to get it when it comes out? When if it does come out with the 4S or 4GS, or what do you call it?
Well, there's not a lot of talk on what the features might be. Like they say, i5 processor, a better camera in it, and there's not really anything that's a massive upgrade.
Yeah, true.
That you'd actually be more enticed, but then again, it's Apple, and they'll come up with something that will make you want to get this device or something or other. But the iPhone 4 was pretty much the first iPhone that I thought I wanted everything in it, because it had the 720p video, it's good for YouTube and all that sort of stuff on the go.
Exactly.
It's it's an all-in-one sort of thing, and the front-facing camera for FaceTime. It was pretty much everything that I wanted in the iPhone for more so than the previous iterations.
Yep.
But,
definitely.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. All right. Back next week, maybe we'll have some more news to talk about. Where can they find you, Paul, on the internet, mate?
You can find me on Twitter, PCaro12, or you can find me on YouTube, PCaro12.
All right. You can find me on Twitter, Brad Oz, TechLuster and Tech Webcast, YouTube, Brad20071.
Yeah.
That's old.
Just before we close out, I just wanted to quickly respond. Also, talk about an application that I haven't finished yet, but it will come out soon for the iPad and iPhone. The PCaro12 Productions application, I know, is like a month or two overdue, but I haven't got time to actually finish it yet. But I will have it finished soon.
Can't wait for that, mate. Can't wait.
So that'll be awesome.
All right. Thanks, Paul. And this has been episode 30, mate. See you next week.
All right, we'll do, Brad.
And have a chat to you through the week, mate, about some applications or something, or whatever we want to do. Views, maybe.
Okay, we'll do. And yeah, I guess that's it for this episode then.
That's it. There's nothing else you want to add in before we go, or that's it? Nothing else?
That's everything I pretty much had.
Here we go. This is the end of episode 30.
You are listening to yet another one of the fine members of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Find more of the member shows over at techpodcasts.com.
You have been listening to TechLuster. Don't forget, follow TechLuster on Twitter at TechLuster, that's TekLuster, and keep coming back for more at iTunes. Embrace the future of the human race. Catch us next time. Respect.